Hello everybody. Today I have something that just came in the mail today. As you can see, they're boots. But before we get into this, I have a little bit of history on these to share. So it all goes back to 1942. The Type 2 service shoes were still in use, and the quartermaster wanted a more combat practical boot. So they developed the Type 3 service shoe, which is what you see here. Um, it's more commonly known as the Rough Out boot. Um, the name Rough Out comes from the fact that it's basically the Type 2, but turned inside out so that the rough side of the leather is facing outwards. And on the inside, there's obviously the smooth side. So that's where that comes from. Uh, So yeah, you see these pretty much from D-Day and after, except on D-Day they were using very early versions because they made hastened shipments to England when these first came out, and it was basically in late spring of '44. So you saw these didn't come into service until right before D-Day, and even then they, like I said, they were early versions and they had toe caps. Some of them had toe caps. No, I think all of them had toe caps. And some of them had hobnails, which is something you see on German boots during the time, which obviously this is just a rubber sole. So these were eventually replaced by the combat service boots, also known as double buckle boots, which is practically the same thing as this, except it's got a big leather cuff that goes up to about here, and it acts as the leggings, which I'll show later. So this will be I'm thinking this is going to be a short video, because there's not much to show here. But yeah, so again, these replace the Type 2 service shoes, which is basically the same thing, except it has the smooth side outwards, and this has the rough side outwards. And this was eventually replaced by double buckle boots. So moving on, we're going to get into the actual boot here. So these are used at the front reproduction rough out boots. Now most of you might say, some of you might say, like, might frown upon using used reproductions for some reason. I mean, it might gross some of you out, but I don't really know why. I mean, these aren't like normal shoes. People don't wear these every single day, so it's not like there's any type of foot funk in here. Like, these were only worn a few times. According to the guy I bought them off of, he bought them new and only used them a few times, and that definitely shows. Like down here on the sole, you can see these are in excellent condition. This is what turned me on to these. When I first saw them, I thought, I mean, I've been looking for some of these for a long time. This is my first pair of boots for my impressions. And I saw these, and it was the right price, and they were in great shape, so it was a deal I couldn't pass up. But anyway, it's just a low boot, really. It's comparable to the German low boots to a point. I think on the German low boots, this part is smooth leather, all this part is rough leather. And then German boots are also hobnailed as well. And like I stated earlier, these were to be worn with leggings, which is what you see here. This is those funny things that you see American soldiers wearing on their calves. And by the way, I might be doing a video on how to tie these things, because it's something that not a lot of people know how to do. It's very tricky for beginners, trust me. I've been down that path before. So hopefully I'll get to that. Sorry, I get off topic. Uh, these are dubbed already, which was something else that stood out to me. I mean, I wouldn't have any problem doing them myself for the sake of knowing how to do it then, but it's always good to have, it puts me one step closer to a complete impression, and it's something I didn't have to do. So there's nothing wrong with that. Uh, it features some of the features on it. I mean, I've at the front has a very good reputation. Their footwear, they pretty much always have. I mean, their early reproductions are they're kind of on the old, I don't know, medium end. But the newer they get, they're pretty much they get really good. Now that like their modern ones, this is not the latest run. This is one of the older ones. Not that old, but they're one of the older ones. Um, and the newer ones are excellent. The latest run, from what I see, they're like spot on reproductions, just about. Um, they're actually having them made by the original maker who made them back in World War II, so that's amazing. Uh, so these feature stamp in them, which you can see here. It's originals had something like this, except it would have had a different manufacturing stamp. And then these also have original laces, which the guy who runs at the front, a long time ago, he found there's a like a big there's like a huge lot of original laces dated 43, I think, that he found, and it was a good price, so he bought him and he put him in his boots. So I think that's kind of cool. These have been on his boots for a long time. Uh, so that's pretty much it. Like I said, these just came in today. I bought them a few days ago. They got here really quick. It was like 2 days. It was like, probably because it was on first class shipping. It was free, by the way. So yeah. Like I said, hopefully I'll get to doing a legging lacing tutorial, because again, it's something that you need to know in this hobby. So yeah, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe. Oh, and if you have any ideas for other videos that I could do, please drop them down in the comments. I can always use some more ideas. And I know there's some stuff that you guys would like to see, so then you can see it. So again, thanks for watching. Comment, rate, subscribe, and bye.